Oh, yeah, they kept the OG theme song and only slightly tweaked the animation. Yeah. Telling me you have great coffee, but refusing to provide your company's name so I can know where to get said great coffee. Do you want me to be stuck with Duncan? Do you? Great, great. Now I have this insane commercial stuck in my head. The sign now says hate party, and to make things worse, before they fell off, the letter spelled hip skate party. Anyone who names a warehouse that is clearly trying to steal the children. Aww, Mega Man's all grown up and he's absorbed the powers of a white supremacist.
A good mutant? Now that is rich.
Yes, he's rich. He literally introduced himself as heir to the DaCosta fortune. Do those scars on your face somehow impair your hearing? Or are they just to mark you as an obvious bad guy who gets dispensed in about 3 minutes?
I ain't afraid of you witch.
Mistaking Storm for Scarlet Witch. You're giving the bigots a bad name with your incompetence and your bigotry, and probably your stupid green hat. Come on, baddies. You're just going to leave them up there? You're not going to finish them off or at least collar them? I get it. I hate stairs too, but you're supposed to be better than me.
Hang tight.
Waiting until 2024 to make Cyclops a badass. I've never seen a man hotwire a giant robot arm to fire out a bolus before, but here we are.
No, don't! I surrender! Not.
Character from the 90s says one thing only to immediately follow it up with a not or psych cliche.
These beignets needed me more than you did, mon ami.
Reminding us that Gambit is Cajun by having him make beignets. Did he not have the ingredients for gumbo? Also, I don't see any powdered sugar on those beignets. Are you even a real Cajun, Gambit?
Stop being a creep, Morph.
Being a creep's like 95% of his character. Be like asking you to stop seeing so much red. Gambit can't charge organic materials, and I hope those beignets are organic. Don't bother bringing up all the times in the comics where he's charged organic materials because they were all stupid and I refuse to acknowledge them. Also, throwing a bomb at your boss.
Remy, you could have hurt someone.
Did y'all forget when Gambit locked Cyclops in the danger room, set the difficulty setting to slay redheads, and ignored his team leader getting cooked while he talked on the phone? He's not especially concerned with hurting Scott.
I'm blue, very blue.
Trying to turn Beast's Eiffel 65 cover into a duet without warning.
So now you're kidnapping me.
Sassing the adults who just saved your life and gave you free medical care.
Video games are for nerds.
You're just pissed you didn't make the roster for Marvel vs. Capcom. Just like I'm pissed that the Sega Genesis X-Men games have yet to be re-released.
Professor loved to say, trust happens when actions meet words.
Well then, Charles butchered that original quote, because it's actually, trust is earned when actions meet words. Your Chris Butler license is hereby revoked for 2 years, Scott. This death certificate for Charles seems to list his death date as November 11, 1996, but the final episode of the original series aired on September 20, 1997. And this series picks up just days later while bearing the title X-Men 97. So explain that before I believe this.
We were the Professor's first students. The X-Men need us here.
Iceman and Archangel were also part of the Professor's first students. Neither are here, and the team remains. So clearly having the original students around isn't as necessary for current success as you seem to think it is.
Gene may dig the Boy Scout routine, Summers, but I don't much go in for being bossed around.
Forgetting that your dating history with Silver Fox shows you very much do go in for being bossed around. 90s rave scene doesn't include Rob Zombie's Dragula or Blade killing lots of vamps while the sprinklers rain blood. Where did Gambit get that drink from? Did they waste time going to the bar? Oh, he probably stole it. Personally, I can't wait to bust out the glow sticks and go to a rave after being kidnapped. It's right on my list after developing intense PTSD and agoraphobia.
Can't believe this fool nearly cost us the whole future.
Reminding me that Alcatraz, and by extension, X-Men The Last Stand, exists.
Behold, mutant, and despair, for I am death.
No. The line is, now I am become Death the Destroyer of Worlds. Didn't you watch Oppenheimer's Totally Normal and Not at All Strange sex scenes?
Gene's psychic scan placed Trask in the Sahara Desert.
Okay, but where specifically? The Sahara Desert is 3.6 million square miles. That's the size of China, dude. Hope your wife's clone can narrow it down.
What would we do if we ever lost you?
If I was allowed to read, I'd tell you something snarky about Avengers vs. X-Men. But you know how we feel about reading. Getting surprised by a giant robot while flying a stealth plane. Sure, Cyclops is lame, but I didn't expect an aim for the bushes moment in the first episode. This is almost as bad as Last Stand. Oh, I didn't know he could do that. That's pretty cool. Damn it, is Cyclops cool? Take away a sin and what's left of my dignity.
Heads up!
Easy now, Rogue. We'll handle the buns around here. Don't try to get ahead of our writers. Because you said heads up, and I said ahead, and it's, puns.
Give him the forecast.
Give him the DoorDash. Give him the toe rash. Give him the slapdash. Give him the eyelash. Give him the topaz. I got a ton of these. I can keep going. Call me crazy, but if I had someone on the team who could cast Glass Shard Tornado, I'd probably have them go first. And if that doesn't solve the problem, run every single time. What the? You can't. This is so badass it upsets me. This shouldn't be allowed, and actually probably is impossible. The most unrealistic part of this episode, the UN doing something.
You've no idea how it feels to be left behind by the future.
People who accuse X-Men of suddenly being woke.
Sure, Cyclops still won't let me fly the jet.
Jubilee, you've yet to earn even your student pilot license. Cyclops isn't keeping you from flying the jet. The FAA is.
You're bailing on us to go raise your little one someplace nice and normal.
For someone over a century old, Wolverine really has the spoiled teenager act down. So they didn't rehang the picture or clean up the glass? That's like me levels of laziness. The basketball is even still there.
The Last Will and Testament of Charles Francis Xavier.
This book design is bullshit. The only reason they placed these metal hinges on the book corners is so Magneto would be able to float it over to Scott with his powers, and we'd absolutely have sinned it if Magneto had tried to do this with no visible hinges, so years of sin for robbing us of a sin. That'll learn ya.
Hey, who's gonna clean up this mess?
Slide. Handles adjustable for easy carrying. Good for riders and lefties. Breaks down on 4 parts. Undetectable by X-ray. Ideal for quick, discreet interventions. A word on firepower.
Rogue always comes to Gambit's rescue.
Don't flatter yourself, Swamp Boy.
I mean, do I show up wearing sunglasses or not? Sunglasses are automatically cool.
And where did you get that goddamn clown suit? Cleveland?
Punch, 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 wedgie!